Hello, my name is Pat Cross and I'm an 80-year-old pensioner living in downtown Toronto, in Seton Village, in my own house. Although my son-in-law keeps on urging me to spend more freely, you're living in a gold mine, you know, you've got your own house. I don't feel that way. I think house prices may tumble at any time. And then how will I live in my old age? So I'm frugal in practically everything I do. I'm very careful. But I'm here to say to you, put my property taxes up. And I'm bringing that message from my friends and neighbours too. We want to live in a city that cherishes everyone. We don't want homeless people in our city. We don't want children or anyone to go hungry or rely on food banks. We want good transit for everybody in the city, not just us lucky downtowners. I'm really lucky where I live. But I want all the suburbs to have it too, and I'm willing to pay for it. Keeping the tax increases below inflation means that real revenue is dropping year by year, and you all know that, when it should be increasing. And this means that those things that we must have to make a good city are slipping out of our hands every year. It's ridiculous that Toronto is paying lower property taxes than the surrounding areas. We have more responsibilities and we live here because we like city life and we're willing to pay for it. As Toronto Star pointed out, a $500,000 house in Toronto has an annual tax of $3,459. In Mississauga, $4,498, and in Brampton, $5,278. And then you're going to make them pay to come into Toronto. Let me tell you about a conversation that I had last Thursday when I was on a ramble, a 2-hour ramble along our path, you know, our marvellous underground path system, 2-hour ramble with about 30 fellow members of the Academy for Lifelong Learning. And as you might guess by that name, we're not spring chickens. I mentioned I was coming here to make a presentation, and one of my friends said, as long as they don't put up my taxes. I said, there are 2.6 million people living in Toronto, and assume order of magnitude that there's 2.6 people per household, order of magnitude. That means there's 1 million households. If each of them gave $5 a month extra, we would have $60 million extra money in our budget, which will go a long way towards that $91 million deficit. And she said, I hadn't thought about it that way. I wouldn't mind spending $5 a month. In fact, she said, I wouldn't mind spending $10 a month. Such a quick turnaround. Why was it so fast? I think it was because I put it in terms of dollars. Dollars per month and dollars per week. Don't give me percentages. I can't remember what I'm doing and I don't want to do sums in my head. And telling us something per year sounds big, like $55 a year. Oh, but like $2, $1.50 a week, I think that is. Excuse me, that's a little different, isn't it? It's a lot, just over $1, right? So I think that you should talk. You should put the property taxes up. You should tell people you're going to do it, and you should put it in terms of dollars per week. You know, $10 a month is what? A couple of coffees? Duh. There are people who can't afford that, but we've already heard that there are systems already in place to look after those who can't afford it. And you'd have to sort out the renters, I understand that one too. But an extra $10 a month would put $120 million into your budget, which would wipe out the deficit and have some over. And we could do that. I want to finish on a deeper... Ooh, I
Have to
can't
wrap
finish.
up quickly.
I want to say that it's our responsibility, not only to our city, but to our province, because we're the engine of prosperity, and to our country. And in the 150th year of Confederation, I reckon we can afford $10 a month.